Why does collaboration trump a command-control leadership approach?
There are times when a command and control leadership approach are necessary. So we start with that. For example, when your life depends on it in an emergency room, you would want the emergency room doctor to be making the split-second decisions to save your life and say, this is what we need to do. We don't need to call a meeting and create a collaboration around while the patient dies. And maybe in warlike situations where men are going onto a battlefield, that would be another situation. There are cases. And there are cases in organizations where things get tough and financial decisions need to be made for the betterment of the company where you have to pick a direction. But if you can involve people, if you can use their ideas, if you can really generate the best thinking in the room by having people participate, and if the time allows that and you take the time to do it, you most often will benefit from a much better outcome.
You get true buy-in, it's collaborative experience, and it's not that the leader necessarily has the best idea, but it's the best idea in the room wins. And that's hard for some people to do because their egos get so tightly wound with the idea. I think it undermines their role as leader if they say, you know, maybe somebody else in the room has a better idea. And so I think when you create a team that's built around that, and an organization that's built around that kind of spirit, you create an environment where everybody's energized and everybody is willing to go the extra mile and get the job done, or get the mission done, and get the task done. And so I think those are things that we find as primary benefits for it, of a collaborative environment. And without that, you end up very much yes sir, no sir, and I'm not going to give you my best ideas. In fact, we have a whole discussion in the book about one of the challenges today with the gig economy is that you have a lot of people that have a gig mentality in organizations. I'm just here to do this one job, and I'm not going to talk about anything other value I could add. And they're treated like gig workers, and you can't have an organization survive where the gig mentality pervades the entire organization. I asked a senior leader of a major nonprofit organization, I said, who was well aware of the gig mentality, I said, well, given your views on leadership, how do you think you're going to manage the gig mentality? And he said, I don't know. And so I think that's a challenge out there that many leaders are going to have to deal with. And you can have gig workers, I'm not saying that, but we are saying that you can't have an organization that's full of them.